Who is the band that the FBI is watching their fans? The band is Insane Clown Posse. I've heard of them.
Yeah, they wear makeup on stage. Their fans are called Juggalos. And now the FBI is kind of classifying them as a gang status in some
They are
states.
criminals. Why are they criminals?
Well, the Insane Clown Posse, and if there's a Juggalo out there that wants to correct me, but I think part of the what they promote is kind of mayhem. I mean, they promote violence.
We'll read the story, and if you're a fan of the band, and you want to respond, we'll give you the phone, 877-901-0957. The FBI's National Gang Center calls Juggalos, quote, gang-like behavior that are actually recognized as a gang in 4 states who engage in criminal activity and violence. They are, they're not upset with their music, just the fans, the Juggalos. So if you are a fan of Insane Clown Posse and you make a big deal out of it, like online, and you call yourself a Juggalo.
And they have a meeting of the Juggalos. You know, there was a big deal a couple years ago. Was it Tila Tequila or something? They hired her just basically to throw stuff at her or something when she went up there on stage.
Well, they have people who are entertainers at the gathering of the Juggalos, and it was the Tila Tequila year. For some reason, they didn't like her. You know who Tila Tequila is,
no,
right?
I remember this incident. Tila Tequila got up there. She was hired. Well,
yeah.
She's a professional. Yeah,
Slut.
she's like Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton were.
No. Her whole thing is that she has naked pictures of herself online, and so she became very downloaded. Then she did
not accidental naked pictures.
No.
That her game is
she a porn star, or is she just
she's an internet star.
Then she did an MTV dating show where she dated men and women.
Right.
And it was a big deal.
Yeah, that's on the periphery for me. I start to read a story like that, and I say,
we had a spin on Tila Tequila or something.
Yeah. She's kind of B or C list.
You don't like her a lot, I remember that.
Well, no,
as an example to young women.
Well, no, she's a horrible example to young women. But as an entertainer, I admire the fact that she doesn't claim to be an actress. She doesn't claim to be a singer. She's like, I'm an internet skank. I make a lot of money doing it. I got no problem owning who I am.
Sure. And anyway, so the Juggalos got her on stage ostensibly, as I recall, to host or MC or something, and then they basically threw stuff at her.
Right.
They hit her with bottles.
And she felt
feces.
She was very upset about it.
She was injured. She was bleeding. It was bad.
That's how I show upset, with blood.
Don't make me bleed on you people.
The Juggalos are known for, according to the FBI, thefts, hand-to-hand drug sales, and felony assaults. So they're on that list. The FBI, by the way, do they belong on the list with homicide, homicidal gangs, gun running, and drug trafficking? Is that as bad?
Well, I'm sure there's different levels of fans and of Juggalos, but if you're an organized, gang that's committing crimes.
Yes, they belong on.
There was some in the South End a couple years ago that were out doing some crimes, and when they were finally caught, they said, "Well, we're Juggalos," and that's what inspired us, is the Insane Clown Posse. Now, I used to tour with a band that the FBI,
weren't you a Juggalo, or was it something else?
No, I was a Deadhead, and the FBI targeted
No, there's another
us.
band that calls it. You've been of several band nicknames. What's the one? A fish head? You've been. What's
Jody
the one
was
for
your
Jimmy
fish
Buffett?
head there. Parrot head.
A parrot head. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of violence did you do as a parrot head?
None.
Mushroom killing, weed burning.
The Parrot Heads of Puget Sound actually does a lot of good. There is an organization for the Parrot Heads, and they do obviously a lot of drinking and having fun, but also a lot of good for the community.
That's nice.
I don't know if the Juggalos have redeeming social values. Maybe they do, and I just don't know about it.
17 past 8. To the news we go. Here's Jody.
Thank you. So Scott Olsen, the Iraq war veteran struck by a police projectile during the Occupy Oakland protests we talked about yesterday, he has woken up. which is good because yesterday there was some fake news circulating that he had died, and I found myself very upset about it. But he's not dead. It's actually quite the opposite. He's woken up. They said he's been upgraded from critical to fair condition. Doctors are waiting to see if the swelling in his brain has eased before performing some necessary surgery. Incidentally, New York protesters are planning to march on 5 major banks today, including BOA, JP Morgan Chase, and in Atlanta, protesters spent the night outside the Martin Luther King Jr. Center after they were evicted from the park that they had been in.
We have a former Juggalo on the phone. Former, Don?
Hey, morning. I was never a Juggalo. I listened to their music about a decade ago because really I had no sense of taste, and then I grew up.
Okay, that's very good. Insane Clown Posse.
Did you attend these events with these Juggalos?
Say what?
Did you attend concerts for the Insane Clown Posse and see these Juggalos in action?
I don't know if there's really any kind of cohesive organization or leadership in it, other than these mindless drones that feel that there's some sort of super secret hidden message in the music. And their music it promotes violence, rape, murder, and it's disturbed.
What did you see in it when you did like it?
It was mostly background noise.
Yeah. Background noise for your life. A reason to feel angry. I needed that. I need that now sometimes.
So I had a bunch of friends who listened to it, and they turned me on to it, and that's when I started listening to it. So,
All right, thanks for that, Don.
Some notes about the Insane Clown Posse on text message. Apparently, their thing is to carry hatchets. Did you know that? Somebody says, I work at the Juvie in Tacoma. Juggalos are a pain in the A. Most of them are goofy white guys who couldn't be in a real gang. Their thing is to carry hatchets. Somebody else says, the sticker of the man running with a hatchet there, that's the sign.
That's their logo.
Yeah, that's their logo. Okay. And then somebody else says, Bob, I'm just a Juggalo, and people know the games I'm playing. It's very funny.
I don't know.
Very funny.
Juggalo.
Last word on Insane Clown Posse. Krusty, go ahead.
I just wanted to say for the record, because I've had people come up to me before and say how great it would be if I was blah, blah, blah. I have nothing to do with the Insane Clown Posse, even though I have been accused of being partially insane. And I have a little joke for Pedro.
Go ahead.
Pedro?
Yes.
What's the drummer's definition of a perfect woman?
It's not Luciana. I can figure that. What is it?
Well, she's got a full-time job. Now, what's the clown's idea of a perfect woman?
What is it?
A deaf, dumb, and blind nymphomaniac that owns a liquor store. Have a nice weekend, kid.